What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Peezy. We're back with this is episode 3 of I told you I was gonna start the podcast back up again. But the thing I wanted to talk about today, even though 2020 has been a terrible year, we've been in the pandemic since February and it is November now, so 9 months. It's been a lot of death, a lot of celebrity death, you know what I'm saying, a lot of bad things. My thing is I want to talk about like politics now, especially in America. Like politics is so agenda driven that it's just disgusting. It's disgusting to look at as an American. It's really disgusting because everything is an agenda now. Everything is so many groups now. Why is it so many different groups of people? You got the LGBT community, you got the black community, you got the black women, you got the feminist community, you got the black community, you got the Republican community, you got this community, you got that community, you got this community. Why is it so many different communities? Why is it so many different types of groups that people are trying to identify with? It's all just identity politics at this point. It's like, what group can you identify with that can get people to vote for you, especially if you're in the president, especially in the presidential elections, bro. Whoever's in the office, bro, it don't really matter it doesn't matter who the president is. It really doesn't matter. People keep talking about, like, a lot of these people who voted, they don't know politics. They don't study politics. A lot of people who vote really don't study politics. They just vote because, just like a lot of these people right now. A lot of these people never studied Joe Biden's history. They never studied Joe Biden for real. They never knew everything he did before. Most of the people just gloss over everything that Kamala Harris did, and they just assume, oh, she's a black woman. We just gonna support her because this is I have nothing against black women, but we just gonna support her because she's a black woman, and of course they have to use a minority group, like a minority group to try to get sympathy. Like, oh, see, look at this poor black woman. Like, do you understand the track record of these people that you're putting in office? You're putting in control of you. Do you understand these people? Kamala Harris set the record for the amount of black men locked up in the state of California. You got to think about how big California is. And you think about, oh, she's a prosecutor. She's supposed to lock people up. These were on, like, she was giving people years for marijuana charges in California. Obviously, California has been one of the first states to even relax, to even introduce laws about decriminalization of marijuana. California was one of the first states to do that. Like California and Colorado were the first 2 states to really like push the decriminalization of marijuana and all that. My thing is, man, they just gloss over the fact that she prosecutes black men all the time. That was her MO. She prosecuted the most black men in California. People forget Joe Biden. Listen, me and Joe Biden are from the same state. But it doesn't eliminate the fact that all the stuff that Joe Biden has said, all the videos where Joe Biden is touching on, is like grabbing the little girls, grabbing their shoulders and whispering all in their ear, asking the little girls, how old are they? How old are they? Like, you can't gloss over that. You really can't. You can't gloss over it. It's impossible to gloss over. And like I saw a post on Twitter where Kamala Harris hopped off. She hopped off with private jet, and she was wearing Timbs, and people were like, "Oh yeah," she's like, "Yes, that's my vice president. Yes, you go, girl. You go, girl." She was wearing Timbs. Like, you see how easy it is for people who don't study and people who don't learn to just be manipulated. That's why I gotta say, man, read, study, like, stop looking on Twitter for your news. Stop looking on Twitter, stop looking on Instagram, stop looking to the shade room, stop looking on the news, stop looking on these bogus news stations, and research for yourself. Look into these people's policies. Look into really who you're electing. Look into these people. Like, you can't. You can't just sit here and deny that most of the people that voted for Biden they didn't know anything about politics. They never watched any type of debates. They just went off what social media told. And most of these social media platforms swing towards the left side. They swing towards the left. You know that. Most of these social media platforms are highly democratic. And of course they're gonna side with that because they look for social media for their news. Like I said, like bro, you have to actively seek out information. You can't just let information be fed to you. You have to actively seek out information. If you're just sitting here, you're letting people tell you what you know. Like you're just relying on other people to give you your information. You're lost. Like it's so many people out here just lost in the sauce. Like they're extremely lost in the sauce. They don't read. They don't pay attention to anything. They just blindly do anything. And most of them blindly support candidates. They blindly support people. It's just like, to me, it's identity politics. Who can you identify with? Who can you strike the chord? Who can you just say, hey, black people, we'll do stuff for you. Hey, vote for me and I'll do stuff for black people. Yeah. Like, it's so easy now. I don't understand. Like, Kamala Harris was literally walked off a private jet in Thames and black people were worshiping her because it was Thames. And then you got to think, everything is done for a reason. Everything is done for a reason. Because you see, it's a lot of, it's like I heard somebody else say, it was like, it's a lot of separatism going on. Like they're trying to separate certain groups. Like now that we have a black woman who is the vice president of this country, it's going to be a separatist agenda because I've seen it already. The black women and black men, they try. I don't know why, but it's like a divide trying to be separated. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's happening, but it's a divide, and they're trying to push a narrative to where women don't need men, and men, especially the black women, don't need the black men, and all this. It's just arguing and just separation of households, which leads to a whole bunch of single mothers and leads to a whole bunch of men, especially like young boys who are not really given the male leadership that they need. You know what I'm saying? Every young boy needs a man in his life, regardless of what anybody says. I don't care. The single mom, she can do all she can. But a boy needs male leadership. I'm telling you. Like in this separatist agenda between both of these they're trying to push against, especially within the black community, is ridiculous. I don't understand it. I don't like it, first of all. Like I hate it. I really hate it. I hate it so much. Like it's disheartening that it's so, like, it's just crazy. Like I said before, a lot of people who vote don't study. They don't study. People will just blindly tell you to go vote, but they don't know why they're voting. They don't know. They really don't know who they're voting for. They don't know the policies. They don't know anything. Bro, people don't know. A lot of people don't even know. A lot of people just go blindly. They just watch TV and they just get all their information from TV. They just mull around. They don't understand what really goes on in politics. It's just, for real, it's going to be 4 more years of politics. And then if Joe Biden doesn't deliver, then what's going to happen? Because all this complaining about Trump, boom, we complained about Trump for 4 years. Okay, cool. He's out. Now what happens when Joe Biden messes up? What is the Democratic Party going to say then? It's just a back and forth, like a separatist agenda. Like I said, Democratic and Republican, that's a separatist agenda. You separate people based on little things, like ideology. Like now you want to kill somebody because they support Trump. Now if you support Trump, don't talk to me ever again. You don't support Trump. Bruh, I didn't support a lot of the things Trump did, but like I said, man, this dude was just like he's a face. He's like a public face. These presidents are public faces. Do you really think these dudes are really out here telling telling the American government what laws they really want passed? Like, come on, dog. Like they just the mouthpiece. Like I said, man, it's gonna be. They start inching in minorities in every year. It's gonna be like just like this. They started with Barack. It's the agenda. And of course, to get the identity politics in, you got to get who you identify with. That's how it is. They started with Barack. They pushed the minority. Hey, it's a black guy. Then you know what? Let's get a guy who's never been a politician and make him the president. Okay, cool. Let's get the vice president from the black guy, and then hey, let's just grab a black woman. And see, you know, because the black people already like Joe Biden because he was cool with Obama, and then we go grab the black woman, boom, more minority identity politics, more pandering to minorities. It's just like I said, as a minority, I see it. And I just think like, wow, just the pandering, the extreme pandering is crazy. Like just seeing all this stuff is ridiculous. Like it's ridiculous, man. I can't. Like, I might come back to it later, but I want to talk about this King Von situation as well, and just this culture that has been pushed in music and rap music. Because you gotta think, man, rap music is the most influential music genre in the world. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you don't like rap music. I don't care if you don't like hip hop. Hip hop and rap makes the most money out of it. All these music genres combined, they make the most money. You can't say it doesn't. And it's, like I said, everything that is pushed there's an agenda. There's always an agenda. There's nothing that comes out that's not agenda driven. Everything that's being pushed out is agenda driven with this whole King Von situation. Same dude, again, he was on social media bragging about how many people he shot. He's bragging about how many people he shot. Oh, if you don't have two bodies, you ain't a real killer. His whole music was talking about him getting shot, him shooting people and killing people. Like, and then people you manifesting the lyrics upon yourself. Like you out here, you speaking. The tongue is powerful. The tongue is very powerful. Life and death and the power of the tongue. Like, watch what you say, man. Like a lot of it's just this quote unquote gang tough culture. That these dudes is over 25, still rapping gang. He was 26, still rapping O Block. These dudes is daggone near 30, still gang banging. Like, what? When are you gonna do? When are you gonna like realize that doesn't lead to anything? You get some street cred, you get known by some dudes who didn't amount to anything in life. You got to really think about it. Like, before you really think you want to be the street man, to be the street gangster, be the street dude. Like, think about it, man. It's why is almost every black movie, why is it all the biggest black movies have been about the poor, the black people in poverty? Look at Baby Boy, Belly, Boys in the Hood, Friday, all about black people in poverty. Because that's all they've been pushing. It's this, you know, that's the image that sells. Like, you got to understand, man. Like, the gang culture, the gang image, that doesn't lead anywhere, bro. Like, you out here, you shooting and killing your own people just to get recognized as, oh, he was a real one. He was a real one. By the same people that don't amount to nothing. They 35 years old, still living in the same town they grew up in. Can't even leave the state because they probably got a felony. Like, you gotta be real. Like, you gotta be real with yourself. And plus, these dudes, in the fact that these dudes made it out the hood and they're still gangbanging. That's the crazy part. They made it out. You've made it out of your situation. You're a millionaire. You hanging around with Lil Durk, a dude Lil Durk is having the best year of his career this year. This man hopped on a song with Drake. That song is like top 5 Billboard. You're hanging with these type of dudes, and you still out here. You hanging around, and plus the dudes you hanging around is crabs in the bucket. Because if you're a millionaire, if you're a millionaire, if you're a millionaire and you still gangbanging and you're hanging around dudes that are still gangbanging, your priorities are messed up. Your priorities are trash. And there's no way around that. Like, you can't just, like, your priorities suck. Your priorities are terrible. Like, I can't wrap my head around why, especially like black dudes like my age, why everybody wants to be so tough, wants to be so hard, wants to be, I'm a, like, what is the point? There's no, like, all this just energy. It's just this negative energy it's just the image to try to keep up with somebody. To try to be like some guy that he was a shooter. But he's in jail. He's in prison, bro. I've had enough run-ins with the police to be like, you know what? I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to go to jail. You know what? I'm just gonna, and then they be on then they be on social media posting the guns, posting the drugs, posting that they done shot who, they done hit up who, they done shot whoever. Like, you making the cops' job a whole lot easier. Like I said, man, I've had run-ins with the police, bro. I don't want to, bro. That's not what you want to do, man. It's not what you want to do. I've had situations, bro. It's not what you want to do. It's really not what you want to do. Third, last but not least, apparently, there is supposed to be a second wave. There is supposed to be a second wave of the virus. You know what I'm saying? I can't. The virus that shall not be named. You know exactly what we're talking about. There's supposed to be a second wave because the cases are rising again in the U.S. And now, for some reason, there's already a cure to this virus. There's already a cure to the virus. When was how can you come up with a cure for a virus in less than a year? Because the first reported cases for this were back in like December. So it takes you only a year to come up with a vaccine? Are you serious? Only a year? Doesn't a vaccine take 5 to 10 years to develop? Because you got to learn how to deal with the mutations of the virus, and you got to learn how it reacts to the body. You got to learn how, like, you got to, bro. Like, come on, bro. You got to really think. How did they come up with a cure so fast for that? How is it a cure already? It's been a year and they got a cure out already. Like, come on. Like, I smell cap. I smell extreme cap in this. Like, there's no way you can develop a cure in 1 year. It doesn't take 1 year for a cure. And they said the cure not even all the way effective. That's the thing. You gonna get the chip and you probably won't even be cured of the other thing. I'm telling you, man, you see the way society's going right now. Like, human contact, face-to-face contact they're trying to phase it out. Like I said, man, I ain't gonna lie, I tried to buy a share in Zoom, but them shares is expensive. I tried to buy me a share because I see it. Like, I'm already forecasting it. Like, Zoom is gonna be like the #1 app. But, like, you gotta really think. The face-to-face contact is being eliminated as we speak. Because now it's like, I go across a bridge. The tolls are all electronic. It's not somebody in the booth that you hand your cash to and you can go. It's just you ride by and they'll send you something in the mail about you a toll. Or it's like everything is online, man. Like they say, cashless society. They're gonna be able to track every purchase you make. Since you use your credit card, they can track every purchase because it's made online. It's made on the internet. Like, they can track every purchase. Like, you can't do nothing in secret. You can't buy nothing in secret. Just like it's a national, all of a sudden it's a coin shortage. It's a coin shortage. Like no, they apparently they ran out of the metals to make coins. They ran out of copper. They ran out of nickel, and they ran out of all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this whole situation has been weird. This whole situation has been weird. This whole year has just been kind of weird. Because you got to think, in the beginning, Everything was a ghost town. You. I know a lot of you remember the beginning of the lockdown where they was like, oh, you can't leave your house. You only leave your house for important things. You only leave your house to go to the mall, to go shopping. I'm like I said, I'm not doubting the validity of the virus. I'm just like really like concerned about the way it's being handled. That's all I'm saying. The last administration, the Trump administration, did not handle it that well. Like the man was swearing up and down. He had it covered. Man was just, I don't know, man. Like, apparently it's been reported that there are over 200,000 people that have died from this. Although there have been reports that those people also have pre-existing medical conditions, and that wasn't the sole reason. But to each his own. But I say this, man, like this whole year has been weird. Like, just this whole year has been weird. Like I said, and I can't really like surmise what this whole year is going to be about. Like, it's still November. Like, I still feel like something is going to happen. To be honest, I still feel like something will happen. I don't know what it is. I'm hoping it doesn't, but the way this year is going, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised, bro. And like, okay, well, before we end, I'm gonna slide back to my first topic about this whole election and whatnot, bro. Like, just seeing the topics, seeing what the media will do to try to sway your opinion is so crazy. You gotta think about it. Every day they said something. Every day the media is said something crazy about Trump. My thing is, isn't the media supposed to be bipartisan? Last time I checked, isn't the media supposed to be objective? You know, I think it's subject. Well, it's either subjective or objective. I forgot which one it was. One of the ones where it's like you don't have you're unbiased. Isn't the media supposed to be unbiased? All the news stations, they swear up and down that this is unbiased news. This is the best source for news. This is an unbiased, bipartisan news station. We're delivering you the best news. They swear up and down, but then they're attacking the president. That's hot. That sounds like kind of leftish to me. You swaying a little bit more towards the left, and then it's like you got Fox News is swaying towards the right. If news media is supposed to be bipartisan, why is it so many different news stations? Why is it a station for this? Why is it a station for that? Why is it a station for this? Why is it this and that and this and that, this and that and the third? Like, trying to accommodate for everyone, and then you end up screwing over other people because you're trying to accommodate for one group and you're taking away from another group. Just like now, everything is so PC. You can't even say certain stuff in terms of hurting people's feelings. Like, bro, I'm telling you, like, I've literally had to cut out so many parts of my videos. Like, it's not nothing inflammatory or anything. It's just, if I say the one word, somebody's going to feel like I'm trying to come at their specific group. Like, everyone's trying to identify with a group. Oh, I'm part of this. I'm part of that. I'm part of this. Like, people are so hung up on being part of like a crew, part of a gang. Like, it's other people that identify with me. Yes, we're equal. Like, people really take that extremely serious. Just like, I literally got harassed to vote for like 5 months by my family, by every social media platform. They vote, register to vote right now, register to vote right now, register to vote right now. If you don't register, you can go to your nearest library and register to vote right now. Vote. Like, that's literally the full, like, bro. Everybody telling you to vote. All the social media platforms, all the celebrities were telling you to vote. Bro, like I said, watch out for people who just blindly tell you to vote and they don't tell you how to really work to make change in your communities, bro. To me, the only election that really matters are the local elections. The local elections where your state officials, your mayors, your city councilmen, like your city, like those matter because that's directly in your city. You really think that some random Why were we deciding between, just think about it, we were deciding between two 70-year-old men. We need, to be honest, it needs to be some younger people if they're going to be a leader, like somebody Barack's age or something. Like two 70-year-old men who have to be advised by other people. That's what why is it's if he's supposed to be the grand leader, it's so many advisors. Like, oh, he got somebody's working on this department for him. What, he's just a mouthpiece now? He's just a mouthpiece. Like, I don't understand. Like, on one side, you got sore losers who they're gonna sue the state because they didn't count the mail-in votes. And then you got the other side the president can't even the dude can't even form a sentence without like stuttering. Like, the dude can't even form a real sentence. So it's really on both sides. It's really crazy. Like when you watch from the outside and you see all the stuff and you're just like, wow. And seeing how gullible people are and seeing how they fall under these certain umbrellas of whoever, you just hoping and praying that somebody's gonna do something for you because they tell you they're gonna do something for you. Just because I tell you I'm gonna help you doesn't mean I'm obligated to help you. I just told you that just to get in the, you know what I'm saying? Like you see how dumb they think we are? They're literally bringing the celebrity to tell you to vote for somebody. And you'll vote for him just because that celebrity told you to vote. Just think of that's how dumb they think you are. We don't even have to do anything. Hey, let's just get Cardi B to tell him to vote. All the black people will vote then. Let's get Obama to tell people to vote. And definitely all the black people will vote. You know, see, like, think about how, then you got the people talking about, if you don't vote, you're doing a disservice to this country when you're willfully engaging in your own oppression. You're voluntarily engaging in your own oppression as a citizen by voting every 4 years for the same guy that really doesn't even know who you are, who really is not going to come down from the heavens to come and save you. Like, you're talking about, what? You're willingly engaging in it. I'm choosing not to. Like, they can sway they can sway the election any way they want. We saw it last year. We saw it in 2016. You saw it with the Electoral College, a broken system, a very broken system. The guy won without getting the popular vote. So it's obviously something at play here. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust everything. You can't trust it. You really think the American election system is fair? Well, hey, shame on you. Do what you got to do, bro. Do what you do, bro. I'm not mad at you. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to make these episodes about like 30 minutes. I want to drop these like once a week, something. As new topics come up, we gonna start speaking on some relevant topics in the culture, like in like politics and music, maybe sports. I mean, I don't really care about sports that much. Like politics, music, just current events worldwide, everything. Also, pray for of course that generic my prayers go out to Jamaica, but definitely pay attention to the situations going on down in Jamaica. A lot of landslides happening. The earth is really moving. Like, the ground is being washed away by the water, and they're trying to sweep it under the rug. Pray. All my definitely look at California. All the wildfires is going on. Just definitely keep them in your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I hate that cliche term though. I hate that cliche. So cliche. But definitely remember to please critically think. Please learn how to critically think for yourself, because that's not the agenda of mass media to help you think. The mass media will do the thinking for you if you let them. So please learn how to critically think for yourself and learn how to form your own opinions without being influenced by some media platform or by some guy who you think is the smartest guy in the world. Anyway, thank you again. Please be safe out here. Please be safe out here. Leave a like if you enjoyed this little podcast episode I did. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I'm dropping these once a week, maybe twice, depending on how much news happens. Like, I'll try to pay attention. Definitely comment down below anything how you feel about what I said, or just any new suggestions for next week's episode. Thank you. thank you again for supporting me and my channel, supporting this, and I definitely appreciate everybody who comes through. I'm out. Peace.